For sure, let's get it. I'm back at it on a Tuesday evening, doing the real work that all too many independent journalists, as they call themselves anyways, don't do in these streets. So just like I did with the double shooting on High Miami DuBail, I'm going to now, having shown you on a map in a video where this shooting on Cayley Street occurred, I'm now going to give you the on-the-ground view of the area, and I'm not going to tell you I know exactly what happened any more than the police are saying that they know what happened, even if they do know what happened, okay? But I'm going to show you the lay of the land out here in real time, what you were shown on a map already. And then I'm going to show you how easily gang activity occurs when it does occur. Since we're in an area here that's, you know, situated on the juxtaposition point of two very heavily occupied gang territories. So here we go. Let's get it in. I'm at the Marathon at Olive and Western, and I'm gonna get myself turned around. So I'm making all right-hand turns, everything nice and easy. So I'm gonna come out of here and I'm gonna turn right onto Western, going back east. Okay. So again, I'm at the Marathon at Olive and Western. I am about to turn right and go east on Western. And then what I'm gonna do is catch a right here on Philippa Street. Alright? Now, this is gonna take me back south. I'm now headed south on Philippa Street. My first cross street should be Meade Street, if I remember correctly, coming over here. Hang tight with me. Huron, not Meade, Huron. So here at Huron, I'm going to turn west. I'm now going west on Huron. And right in front of me is Olive Street. Everybody knows that church, of course. Now, mind you, at this point, I am squarely in the center of Crown City territory. So, coming up should be Cayley Street here shortly. We have a stop sign. This is going to be Meade Street. That's where I was thinking of Meade Street from. So, my next right-hand turn should be Cayley Street. Right? Gonna cruise on down the way here. We got a car coming, so we're gonna go ahead and let them come all the way through. See? Give you driving instructions as well while I'm out doing this. And then they are apparently going to be staying here in the area, so they're pulling over. Okay. Very nice. Now, this stop sign is Cayley Street. So I'm going to turn right. I'm facing west on Huron, turning right, going north on Cayley Street. Okay? Now, that intersection up there that I'm approaching is Western. Right now, as I'm on Cayley, approaching Western, I am basically leaving out the side door of Crown City territory. Okay? And we're going to continue north and cross Western here on Cayley Street. A little further west here on Western is where Erica Flores unfortunately was killed in 2018 by Officer Gorney, who was trying to hotshot to a call on the other side of town that he was not dispatched on. Okay, we're continuing north on Cayley. We just crossed Western Avenue. Okay, this is the alleyway that I just crossed, that I showed you on the map. We have a speed bump in the middle of a street. Retardation at its finest. Napier. As I cross Napier, I'm in technically neutral territory right now, right? But as I come up here to Jefferson and cross Jefferson right here is where then to my left, even though I'm turning right, back to behind me now would have been to my left off of Cayley onto Jefferson. You go right into Lakeside territory. So I came north on Cayley, right? And made a right at Jefferson. Now I'm back at Meade Street. And I can bust another right. And now I'm headed south again. I'm in civilian territory now, being a block further east. And then I can bust a left here, just like this person did in front of me. That's the Hells Angels clubhouse ahead on my right, by the way, just as a point of reference. Kind of chill here for a second until we get out into traffic fully. So now I bust a left. I'm headed east on Western. I get to the light at Olive. And I make a right. And I'm right back in to Crown City territory. Again, I can't tell you definitively that this is what this shooting was in relation to, or that this is how this transpired, or anything else. I can't tell you that factually. But what I'm showing you is a demonstration of how easy it is for anybody, but, you know, in particular, the folks in that community, meaning the people that are in the gangs and are active in it, to go out and engage in violence against each other, even in broad daylight. The 2-on-2 Fridays ago, High Dubale, Indiana, broad daylight, 6 p.m. hour on a Friday evening. Sunday night was a little later. It was kind of overnight. This one that happened yesterday right there on Cayley Street where I showed you, boom, broad daylight. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy work that's going on in these streets. And even though I can't sit here and tell you factually beyond a certain point, in terms of information I've received, what's occurring, okay? I'm tell you what, I'm usually my biggest critic, my own biggest critic. I'm usually devil's advocate on myself, okay? In this case, I'm going to say I suspect I'm correct. I'm going to say I really do suspect that what's going on in these streets is very much related to what I've been showing you. And the reason I say that is because of two things in combination. One, the public line of don't know that we're getting from the police department. And two, which I'll get into at a later time, is communications I've had with people who are in the appropriate positions, shall we say. And I'm just going to tell you right now, there's no good answers. It doesn't matter who you get a hold of at this point, who you might have a conversation with, anything. Nothing matters right now. It's the OK Corral at this point. And there's nobody you can talk to that's going to be able to give you any good answers. Because some are on the take and doing the wrong thing, and others are, they're preserving their pension in the not so distant future by, basically shutting the fuck up and staying out the way, pardon my language. And, I'm under no such obligation because I don't work for the government. They work for me, as a matter of fact, and all the rest of us. I don't have to worry about getting elected. None of this, what they deal with. Like, I don't have some pension coming from the government. Nothing that I got to worry about preserving, man. It's like, and I wouldn't care if I did. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't care if I did. I'd still be doing this. And then if they fired me from my position, I'd sue them. And I think that's what it's going to take to change it. One person in the system, inside the system, is going to have to stand up and break that damn code of silence. That thin blue line that the police department and the city as a whole are towing right now, and take the risk of getting fired. And if they fire you, sue their ass. You're the one doing your duty and they're the ones not doing their duty. You see what I'm saying? Because the life, listen, we haven't had a tremendous loss of life just as of yet. We've had people surviving these shootings because right now you've got, for lack of a better term, you've got the AAA shooters out. And when the big league hitters come, there's going to be a whole different scenario. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it, so that people understand the situation we're in as a city. And, but the carnage, right? These are casualties when the fatalities start happening. And this has been going on since way before the GBI, and the GBI ain't done nothing to mitigate it. And the stats they feed us mean nothing to me, because I know they lie all the time and I can prove it. And, you know, it's fine. Because they're doing what they swore they would do when they made their deals in life. And I've been doing what anybody that's known me for any period of time, including those who have known me my entire life, can very readily tell you I've been doing since I was old enough to know what I was doing. I've always been like this. So we really just playing our parts. We were really just both playing our parts is what it is. And to some extent the people in the streets are too, but at the end of the day, we're still conscious beings. I could have gave up, made a deal a long time ago and been off somewhere rich right now and you wouldn't know I existed. And that's legit. And I didn't make that deal, because the terms were not favorable to your boy, and I don't engage in any kind of business with anybody or any entity that's not terms agreeable to your boy. Alright? So, and I suggest you conduct your affairs the same way, to be honest with you. So, I'm gonna let that be that. Get up out of here. Hopefully everybody had a good day. 2 down, 3 go. Things going pretty good. You know, be safe, be good to each other, be good to yourselves. And can somebody, for the love of God Almighty, tell me why flags are at half-mast in the city of South Bend because the Pope died? Why? What happened to that separation of... Yeah, no, they don't believe in that. You know, and if Bibi Netanyahu has a heart attack tomorrow, they'll fly him at half-mast for him too. But if Donald Trump got assassinated tomorrow, I guarantee you they wouldn't. Because that's also the situation we're in. And that's the situation they want to keep us in. I'm trying to decode it and break it down so we can get the fuck up out of here, because I'm tired of this shit. And don't pardon my language on that occasion. All right, I'll see you guys around.